Playing against cheaters in Counter-Strike 2 can be extremely frustrating, very upsetting, and just make you very sad. But today I'm going to teach you what you have to do in these situations in order to become a better player, in order to grow, and just do your best given the circumstances. Today we are going to talk about the controllables. These are things that are in our hands that we can dictate how we react, how things happen, versus the uncontrollables, which are things that we have absolutely no power. We literally can't control them. There's nothing we can do about it. How you react, how you act based on these different things is going to shape you as a player, and so many of us are just doing it absolutely wrong. And notice how I say us, guys. I'm not above the rest of you. I let these things impact me, influence me. Today I'm going to give you the truth that we need to work on and that we need to do better in order to come out on top from all of these cheaters and stupid situations we find ourselves in. Hit that subscribe button and go ahead and check this out. So what we need to do is when we face off against these cheaters, which if you guys watch my stream, there's been so many times over on CoJoMo CS on Twitch, we've ran into these situations where people are cheating, stream sniping. The most important thing that you do is understand that there is nothing you can do to stop them from doing that. You're not going to change their mind by typing at them, saying all this stuff, reacting in this way, especially for me streaming, or those of you streaming, reacting verbally and getting upset, angry, crying about it. All that's going to do is make them want to cheat harder, make them happy. That's the only happiness that these people get. What you have to be able to do against these people is, one, be emotionally stoic to your best ability. If you can be emotionally stoic, it in the least takes away the satisfaction and gratification from them. But why is it so important for us to be emotionally stoic? I'll give you the answer to that, but first I have to give you a message about how to get the best skins to combat cheaters in this game.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, being emotionally stoic is so important to us because it allows us to focus on what is important. You can't change the fact that you're playing against cheaters in that game. There's nothing you can do. But what you can do is press play again and play another game and play another game. If they're cheating in that game, that has no impact on the next game that you play. The only reason it does right now is because you're getting domed. You're crossing mid here and you're dying every single round to a cheater. So then you're angry, you're frustrated, you're wasting your time, all this stuff. You're going into the next game and you're losing the next game because of how emotionally attached you are to that last game. It's in the past. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit there and cry all game about the last game that you just played? This is something that is a mindset I try to battle through and I try to work through, because when you let that happen to you, it absolutely ruins everything that you're doing. All you can do in these games when we're playing against cheaters is sit there and try your best to make them get banned. Try your best to show how obviously they're cheating, if they're spin botting, if they're wall hacking, and report them and move on. What are we going to do about it? Clearly we're playing a game where cheaters are able to run rampantly and do all this stuff, but genuinely guys crying about it and complaining and doing all this stuff, it's just not working. It's just not doing anything. All it's doing is making these guys laugh so hard when they cheat, making you rage, making you type on their profile. Dude, like, think about this for a second. These guys are losers, right? They don't care if you type on their profile that they're cheating, that they need to get a life, all this stuff. They're literally wall hacking and spin botting in a video game. Trash talk is what they want you to do. They want you to get angry. They want you to get upset. You're literally falling for the exact thing that they want you to do to them. Now, let's talk about a more dangerous thing that your bad mindset and your mental is getting you into. When you're facing off against these cheaters, and I know this because my version of this is with stream sniping, you face a valid cheater, right? He's actually cheating. He's doing that. And you get so angry on the inside. You get so mad. You get so upset about something that you can't do anything about, that now when you get into the next game, you're looking for reasons to blame people for cheating. The next game you play, you get wallbang crossing mid, right? You're crossing mid, but because you're you're thinking about last game so much, it's in your head, it's in your brain, you start typing nice cheats, bro, nice cheats, blah blah blah. You start typing all this stuff, and now you're literally thinking of an excuse to lose again. You're thinking, how can I lose this game but with dignity? How can I sit there and cope and say that my opponents are cheating. I can't do anything about it. It's such a baby mindset to have. It's such a bad, horrible mindset that you have that genuinely needs to be dropped. If you want any chance of winning, of succeeding in this game, then grow up and understand that not every player you're playing against is cheating. I understand there's a huge problem in this game, but genuinely, so many of you guys tell me, Kojo, look at this demo. This guy's cheating. Look at this demo. And I watched the demo and the guy is clearly not cheating. Like he literally, guys, is not cheating at all. He got 1 smoke kill and the rest of the game he played trash, but you're so upset about 1 kill that you let it just ruin everything about you. Again, why get so caught up on something that we literally have no impact over? He spammed us through a smoke. Okay, well, if you really think he's cheating, then maybe we just don't play in smokes anymore. Maybe we just don't do that. Maybe we try to think of a new way to kill him. Hey, I think this guy's wall hacking. Well, cool. Even if he's wall hacking, if you guys do a set play, this is like if you're in a 3Q where they're going up long and you have 2 people sitting on the corner and you throw a flash, even if he's chilling, that little flash play that we could run at least gives us a better chance to kill him. Just because somebody's wall hacking doesn't mean you can't do your best to learn and grow in the game. Also, one cheat code that I use when I'm facing off against like blatant cheaters that aren't even trying to hide it, doing all this stuff, I just turn my game into utility practice. I literally just sit there and go, okay, man, well, since I can't play this game because you're blatantly hacking, I'm just going to throw smoke here and, flash here and do this. And I just experiment with all these different utilities I can throw until I die. And I make it productive in some way. I figure out a way to utilize this time with something, right? Just because someone's cheating doesn't mean you can't get a little bit of value out of it. I agree, it is a waste of all our time, but at least you can learn something in that game even. It's absolutely false that you can't at least do something to improve yourself. Say someone was literally just killing people crossing, like they're spin botting, killing people crossing mid. Well, one thing you could practice is just banking a smoke off the wall to have a smoke to cross with. Or, one thing you could do to practice is throwing a nade to see if it lands where, you can cross mid doors. Like right there, that was okay. It wasn't the best. That's an example. You could at least practice that. You could come off the round real quick before you die and be like, okay, I just want to practice like left clicking and then slightly hold down right and see where this flash lands. Boom, perfect. Okay, that's a good flash. Or hey, let's sit here and see if that flash is any good. Boom, yeah, that was a good flash. That was perfect. And you're just milking the tiniest bit of value out of the game. That's what you got to do, guys. Worry about the things that are in your control, test them out, and then forget the uncontrollables. What I want you guys to do to help me with this, because like I said, I struggle with this, is whenever I'm live streaming either here on YouTube or Twitch or TikTok, I want you to hold me to that when I get upset that somebody's stream sniping, because I'll give you my personal experience. Someone's stream sniping me. I know it's happening. It's very obvious. They're doing it. What is crying every round about it going to do? What is that going to do for me, right? What I need to do instead is play super aggressive. I need to get up in their face so that the advantage somebody gets from stream sniping is mitigated. Yes, they're going to know where we're going. Yes, they know what bomb site we're at, where things are. But sitting there and whining and crying is doing absolutely nothing, and it's exactly what they want me to do. So hold me to that. I just wanted to add that at the end. Appreciate every single one of you guys for watching this video. Go ahead, if you want your own personal coaching from me, fill out that form down below in the description. Check out my streams. Go ahead, join my Discord, guys. I want you in there. I want to discuss things with you and get you as good as I possibly can in this game. Keep grinding, keep working hard, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.